Now, a glorious leader, a premier Zold or Moa or whatever the frig his name is not a big fan of us Catholics. Apparently, if it was a Muslim ceremony, he would go there. If it was the Grand Hubada Hubada, Habada Habada. But since it's the Pope's representative here on ice in New York City, he won't go to it. You know, we had Jewish mayors. They went to the Popey. They don't believe in the Popey. They don't believe in the Jesus of the Messiah. No, we are living under the communists. But he's solving the homeless problem by freezing them because it's a civil right to be out in the street getting your coldies. Yeah, catching a big cold. And he says, well, because who's to define what freezing to death is? Now, I mean, this is impossible. It's impossible. People are dying, 60 to 20. We never had that before. Not since the Middle Ages. Yeah, the Middle Ages. They're trying to take over the country, the invaders. Yeah, from south of the border and all points in between. They're trying to take over the nation, but there's one guy who's gonna stop them. He's got a comb over, you see. He's God's representing tool on the earth. He's Trump, bumpy. Uh, let me tell you something. This is a weird time. We're living in a very weird time. The crazies are in charge. Not in the government, on the outside of the government. They got what you call your basic deep state. A deep state wants the status quo, in which Democrats get a lot of graft. Oh, they had in Somalia, half the state was getting $11 billion. And people out of the kindness of the hearts were putting money into daycare centers. Well, the only people who were being cared for in the daycare centers were the people who were taking the graft there. But there is an intrepid reporter who's being called far left or far right. Am I right or wrong? Well, went there and he wanted to put his kid in the Somalian uh, daycare center, and the Somalians went, "What? You mean you actually think we're doing this? This place is empty, and we misspelled the name of the place. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? What's going on here is the Democrats want a lot of votes, and they want to bribe people, and they want an army. That's what you got on your hands here. They're attacking our brave people of ice. Ice, ice, ice. Who's putting them on ice? It's not going to work. Not with the man in charge. Now, first off we got to do is we got to fight them in every step of the way. Now you say, "Oh, what we gonna do? How we gonna do in Minnesota?" And first off, you go to the head of the Hydra. The because half of the people who are supporting him, they're paid provocateurs or fanatics, and so far some are mercenaries, some are paid provocateurs, and some are real true believers. But you can actually get rid of them by hitting the head of the Hydra. Get rid of Waltz or whatever the guy is, Minnesota's governor. Get rid of the mayor of this place. The mayors all arrest them and put them in jail for a little while. Hey, took a handbook out of the Gulag Archipelago, put him in somewhere cold. You know what I mean? You get rid of them. Yeah, yeah. And if you burn the flag, it's treason. Let me tell you something. People are saying, and they lie. And women are men, they don't know what's what. We're into science, but yet we'll have women pretending to be men and men pretending to be women. They're aesthetically changing themselves, but all of a sudden they're that thing. It's a mental illness. It's a mass hysteria. It's true. Everything I've observed of it is no good. God gave you a certain body. If it's healthy, if you're transgender, hermaphrodite, that's one thing. That's a different thing. That's a different problem. That's a real problem. If you got a perfectly healthy body and you're mutilated in order to go to the other gender, you gotta be a little mental. This was unheard of about 10 years ago, but now satanic forces are in here. Yeah, hate crimes. And they say there's hate crimes, there's white supremacy. There's no such thing as white supremacy in this country. There's no such a no movement. The Proud Boys were a multiracial group. So are the Promise Keepers. So are the guys who bravely stormed on January 6th the Capitol in order to, out of rage and frustration with a corrupt system in which Donald Trump was robbed of the election. Let me tell you something. This story is not over. We're rattling for the soul of America. You had Bad Bunny, transgender, uh, homosexual, cross-dressing Satan worshiper, a Satan worshiper, doing satanic things in the Super Bowl to appeal to the Hispanics, I think. Are you really, are they into that satanic stuff? Last time I saw, they were a little Catholic only. Yeah, you know what? They had these guys marching. The gay guys, the gay activists. There was a bunch of a group of people who were protesting them indoctrinating the kids, right? So, and there was a mixed group of Jews, Muslims, Catholics, Protestants, and Hindus. And they were objecting that the government would take their kids away and castrate them without their knowledge. And if they fought it, they would get the kids taken away. Well, the gays were marching and say, "We're coming for your children. We're coming for your children." Now, maybe they're performing a service because they are uniting the world against themselves. It's okay to have your little transgendy thing in the bar room, but keep it away from the kids. It's not the place for it. I'm telling you, the government is out of control. Not our government now. Now they're fighting a good fight, but half the government is under the control of the bad guys. The under and they thought, just Tom Hanks. There was a Billie Eilish. She comes in, she pronounces, "Hey, there's no such thing as an illegal alien and stolen property." Well, then, the Indians wanted her mansion back because she has a gated community of herself of $14 million. Oh, it's Indian stolen land. Well, Billy got a little excited. She said, "Well, my goodness, I'm in trouble now." You dumb broad. I'll tell you, Billy's a good-looking broad. And her brother, he's saying it's angry white man and old angry white man. I resembled that. Of course we're angry, you young punk. And you'll be angry too when we take away your citizenship, you shit. Excuse the language. I'm sorry. These people, they get to me. They get to me. The tragedy is that Americans, one third are MAGA who understand that America's America first, and America's great. Another third is these commie Marxist bastards, leftovers from the 60s, trying to relive their dreams. And then there's a lot of people who don't know what the hell is going on. No, I know what's going on. We're dealing with satanic forces. It's obvious. It's obvious that Satan is in charge and with them forces because it's unstabilized. It's the reverse of a hierarchy system in which the previously it's about who was oppressed more. Everyone was oppressed at one point. Oh, and we didn't steal the land. We didn't sign a contract, and we've conquered. Much of the world is via conquered. In fact, the people who are the Indian Incas conquered. It's about time we gave up white guilt. White guilt is foolish. Leaves openings for idiots like Billie Eilish and Tom Hanks and Robert De Niro. They keep their castles, but all of us have to pay the price. Right now, we're fighting a battle against perverts, degenerates, child molesters. That's what the Democrats are defending. They want kids to take advantage of. They want unlimited drugs in the country. Why? Because they're drug addicts. They're uncompromising drug addicts. The only way to defeat them is go for the head of the Hydra and fight them in spiritually. And hopefully, if they get violent, we'll be forced into defending ourselves. Fundamentally, it's bad. Christians are by nature peaceful people. But this oppression of Christendom will not stand because God is on our side. Yes, Mr. Hanks. Go to Greece. Yes. And the Muslim armies will take over there. The war is on for both the spiritual and the spiritual nature of America. And war. Hopefully we'll win it. If not, the world will be turned into chaos, and evil will triumph, and darkness will come upon the earth. Oh well. God bless Mr. Trump. God bless him. He is the man you see. He's a good man, Mr. Trumpy. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree.